Well, good afternoon, everybody. We are out trout fishing again today. One of my fun summertime pastimes. Weather was really bad, couldn't do any jetty fishing, salmon, or anything like that, so upriver trout fishing we are. I am throwing a 1/8 ounce rooster tail today. We got one of the barbs crimped to let fish go. We're gonna catch a bunch. We don't want to be killing them all, so we're gonna let them go. If we kill some, we can keep 2 a day. With any luck, we'll get quite a few. If we get really lucky, we'll get a steelhead. I haven't caught one yet this year. Still hoping for one at some point. I really haven't been trout fishing enough to catch one, but always have a chance. Water level's nice and low from my last trip, so the fish should be really concentrated in certain areas. And we'll see what we get into today. I'm sure I'm going to get a bunch of them, but if not, or even if I do, I might go down in tidewater and catch some smallmouth and largemouth too, just to break things up. And culling smallmouth and invasive smallmouth and largemouth on smaller systems makes a lot bigger difference than on bigger systems. You know, if you're fishing on like the Umpqua, you catch 50 fish, well, it's not really a big deal. But on a system like this, which is tiny, makes a big difference. But first, we're going to catch trout. Most of them are going to be in the really deep holes, or they're going to be in current, right in the white water. So we're going to be casting over here. I just fished this deep spot. Didn't see any fish, didn't have any bites. We should get it over here in this current. And if there's fish around, it should take just a couple casts to figure out where they're sitting. They might be sitting all the way up in the white water, which we need to go above them to properly fish. But we'll see as we're fishing for the day. We'll find out where they're hiding. It's pretty much end of season for trout, really. It's really late. It's middle of September. Little guy. Oh, he's gone. I think it was just a small, could have been a little trout too, but it's the end of September. It's pretty much the end of trout season. You can still do it for a little while longer, but it's past the peak when most people quit, which can be a good time to come out here because everybody stops at one point, and you can come out and these fish are hungry. You can really get into them, and they're a lot of fun. They're all wild cutthroat trout all over the Oregon coast. And if you're lucky, like I said, you get steelhead, which is always the fun. If we get one of those, I'm sure it's going to be in a deep spot at one of the falls or something, but we'll see. I think the fish are sitting up in this white water, so we're going to go over and throw straight down the current into the white water and see if they're sitting there. And you come up above, drop it in there, and you have to pull it through a couple times because the water's moving so fast they might have trouble seeing it or getting it in front of them for it to bite. And no luck, so we'll continue up, and then we're going to fish a couple deep holes right below some rapids, and then we're going to walk downstream. We'll cover like a mile or so of water fishing, see what we get into. Okay, I made it up here, and now we're right above this deep pool. This is where it's like 10, 12 feet deep all the time, and it runs up into a little chute where these set of rapids with water coming down. And usually you want to fish from the opposite direction. You want to be casting downstream and reeling up. I can't really do that. I'd have to go up over the hillside, which is kind of fully grown, and I'm wearing shorts and I don't feel like it. But you can fish them from the bottom and still catch fish. I've done really good before. You just do a little better reeling up with the current, I've always found. I don't see anything. I haven't seen any followers, any bites. That's so weird. Normally, like, this place is, I always catch trout here. I don't think I've ever fished here and not caught trout. Even during steelhead season, I catch trout right here. That's when the big brooding cutthroat come up too. You get really big ones, like half-pounders, pounders. Pretty often. It's kind of cool. I always thought they came up in the springtime, which a lot of them do, but I don't know if they come up during the spring and they sit down low, and once the rain comes, they come upriver or what. But If you come up early, as soon as steelhead season opens and you're fishing relatively smaller stuff, you will pick up some trophy trout. I bet if you were throwing rooster tails like this, it'd be a great way to pick them up. I might have to try that this year, because these rooster tails will catch steelhead too, which is what you're targeting, and you'll just incidentally catch trout. Kind of like you incidentally catch salmon. They're hard to avoid, at least for a couple weeks. Once you get the first big rain, they're all gone. But until you get a big rain, there's always at least a few Chinook or coho sitting around that will eat anything you use to fish for steelhead. Doesn't matter what you throw, they're gonna eat it. So they're kind of hard to avoid. Okay, trout fishing was a failure. I'm not gonna go any farther than this because I didn't see anything to tell me to, really. There's not enough fish to make this worth it. So we're gonna run down river a couple miles, go hit some tide water. We're gonna fish for smallmouth and largemouth and see if we can cull some of them out. They're all invasive where I live, in all the rivers and stuff. So we're gonna cull them out, help out the salmon, steelhead, trout populations, and we'll have some fun while we're doing it. So we'll cut to that about right now. I pulled down here, there's deer walking up the road where I'm gonna go fishing. Yeah, just walk out of here. Come on. You're okay. Yeah, you're good. Come on. Keep walking. Yeah. Come on, I'm right here. Go. No, don't run that way. You can't go anywhere that way. I know, you're okay. Hey, no, 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 that way. You stupid deer, go. What are you doing? Go. Come on. You got it. Go by. There you go. There you go, girl. You stupid deer. The other one ran right by before I even got the camera on. And that one's really skittish for some reason. I mean, it's probably a good thing. It doesn't want to get killed, but... Yeah, it's a funny little start to the old bass fishing. I ain't even got rigged up yet. I guess I can do it now. I'm actually rigging up. I'm using a Gary Yamamoto Senko, and I have 3-inch Senkos today. I have pink, and then these kind of pumpkin, silver pumpkin or something, whatever they're called. I'm going to start with a more natural. This is kind of a green pumpkin with a silver flake in it. A 3-inch Senko is what I prefer for smallmouth. I like 4 and 5-inch when I'm dealing with largemouth, but I don't know what's here today, so we're just going to start out with the little guys. The smallmouth will eat, the largemouth will eat them too. It's just you don't need as small of baits for largemouth. There we go. I got it rigged up, kind of Texas rigged, weedless, and you just put the tip right into the worm there, and you're good to go. Unfortunately, there's a lot of debris, and the tide is pretty high, which is not what I wanted. But we'll fish around for a little bit. I definitely think this is a low tide spot, but they can still be sitting in here for sure. So we'll just cover some ground. Fish the old Senko, a spinner when we can. With a Senko, you're just letting it sink and kind of watching your line, and it'll pop or it'll start running. If you have a fish, and if it hits the bottom, all you do is kind of pop it or shake it, and oh, I have a fish. I got a fish. Look at that. I got him. Oh no, I lost him. No. Ah, first fish of the day, and I lose him. Gosh. Well, they're here. That's good to know. There's some, wasn't a big guy, but probably a little smallmouth sitting down there. With any luck, we'll pick a few of these guys out of here, cull them out, and help the local fish populations. They are pretty damaging, and they are invasive, both smallmouth and largemouth. There is some really big largemouth in here too, but I don't think I'll catch any using these types of setups today. It's possible, of course, but I would expect needing a bigger one to having a chance. Oh, I got a bass. I got a bass. What do I got? That looks like a largie, or is it a smallmouth? Look at that guy. That's a big bass too, wow. That was way bigger than I was expecting. That is a big old smallie. Look at this guy, this is a good one. Oh my gosh, he's all the way over there. Look at that. That is a good bass to start out with. It's way better than the first one I hooked. Come here. I don't want to do it too early. I have big enough line on this pole, but I don't want to horse them. The hooks are pretty small. Fishing these 3-inch senkos. I think it's only like a size 2 wide gap hook. Beautiful smallmouth though. I mean, that's a dandy. And you see a lot like this on this river system too. This big and the big largemouth. I mean, they get way bigger than this, but for a smallmouth, this is a good one. Look at that guy. That's probably one of my biggest smallmouth of the year. Got him hooked right in the corner of the mouth. Look at him. Nice chunky bass. He's probably right about the same size as some of my bigger ones for the year. Good size fish. We're gonna cull them out and get back to fishing. Hopefully we can get a bunch of these today. And if they're biting now, I mean, we'd have a good chance to get a bunch. We'll give it an hour or two, move around, maybe get a couple of these big dogs. I'd like to catch some big largemouth if the big smallies are up here. But I think I need to go a little more downstream to get the largemouth, generally speaking. There we go. Okay. We'll get them dispatched and up on the bank, and we'll go back to fishing. These guys are invasive. That's why I'm culling them out. That's why I'm fishing for them up here. There's a bunch of them, especially on these smaller rivers. Nobody fishes for bass, and there's just thousands of them. So it's a pretty fun thing to do. Helps out the local fish populations. We'll get them out of here. Okay, we're back at it. Got a new little senko on, same one as before, a little green pumpkin or whatever it is, silver flake. And we're gonna start moving around just a little bit. We'll cast into the openings with these weeds we got floating by. Hopefully it'll clear up a little bit. We'll be able to cast out farther. But for now, we'll just fish along the bank here, see what we get into. Usually just fishing along the bank is good enough, especially for smallmouth. They tend to sit just on the edges of the weed lines or in the deep little depressions like outside these boulders. Like when it's low tide, there's a nice little deep spot right there, and I catch a bunch just dropping straight down. Oh, looks like a little bass just boiled here on the surface, just a little farther over. We'll flip him a little senko real quick. See if he wants it. Oh, he ate it, I think. Oh, maybe not. Oh no, I think he had it. Yep. Got him. Oh, it's a largie. See? There's one of them largemouth I was talking about. There's just a little guy. Little old largemouth. I saw him boil there. And these guys can fit just about anything in their mouth. More than a smallmouth. They don't struggle nearly as much. But these guys are also invasive, just like the smallmouth. So we're going to be culling them out. There was a surprising amount of these guys in these local streams and brackish water. Like right now you can see the tide. I'm in tide water. Everything's moving upstream. So, I mean, there's a lot of them around. There's no shortage. We're going to cull them out. Kind of cool catching my first one. We're going to look for one that would eat this one, though. I heard some splashing while I was up grabbing my full-size senkos. I don't know what was going on down here. Either some fish feeding or some birds or something, but it was a lot of splashing. So I'm not too sure. Water's cleared up quite a bit. We might be able to get some more fish in. We'll try the rooster tail here in a second. And if it doesn't work, I'm going to put this mini senko on the trout pole. And we'll put a full-size senko on this one. So we can flip both at the same time and try to cover big fish and small fish with the old senkos. I think that's a fish. It's sinking too long, too fast. Yeah, it's a fish. Oh, I missed him. Dang it. Was a fish. We'll get it back in there. Seems like they're sitting right on that point. Maybe they're on the back side there, just taking the little break in the eddy. Definitely possible. I'm going to take a couple casts with the rooster tail first and then switch this over so I can have that big senko on there. But we'll do a few casts with the old rooster tail first. See if it's going to have some hot action. Sometimes all it takes is that moving baits and some flashing and you get a bunch, especially the smaller fish. They tend to love these rooster tail presentations. But if they're sitting close to the bank, they won't be hitting them very much, so I won't have to worry about fishing with it. I could probably be a lot better at low tide too. Ooh, never mind. I got a fish. Maybe this will be the ticket. That looks like a largie. Oh God, it is a largie. No! Dang it. You stupid thing. Gosh. I knew that was gonna happen when I tried to lift him up. Ah. Dang it. Sometimes the old spinner, she knocks it out of the park. Okay, we're re-rigged. I got my 5-inch Gary Yamamoto Senko on there now. We're gonna fish out deep with it for a couple minutes, maybe close to, just to see if there's some big ones running around. Even that last smallmouth I lost, it was only like half a pound. It would have eaten this Senko. Probably. I would think it would have eaten a Senko of this size. So we're gonna cover some ground, try to get the big ones first. Then we'll go to the smaller fish. We'll go back. I think there's more fish right here on the end of this cove. We'll throw that little Senko in there. But for now, we'll see if we can pick up a big guy out here in the deep water. I'd love to pick up a 3, 4, 5 pound largemouth right now. I didn't think there'd be too many largemouth. Oh, was that a bite? I think that was a bite. Oh no, I had weeds. I had weeds hit my line. That's why it looked funny. The Senko hit the bottom and then the weeds hit the line, so. Unfortunately, not a fish, but we'll get one sooner or later. I bet there's some big old smallmouth at least sitting in here. I tend to get a lot of smallmouth in here. A little lower down system, I get a lot more largemouth. But they're kind of hard spots to fish, especially with from the bank. You have a boat, man, you can tear it up here. I could take my boat. You got to go a long ways, so you kind of have to make a trip out of it, but we might end up doing that sometime before the season's over. Maybe when salmon season slows down or something. Oh gosh, there's a bass right here. I just saw him swim by. I don't know if the camera picked it up, but he swam by right here. Oh gosh, I'm all tangled. I don't know if he's already gone by or not. They swam over these weeds right here, right along the bank. Well, either swam by or he's not interested in my Senko. Oh, never mind. Got him. Just had to... No. I didn't get a perfect hook set on him. He just was more to the left still. Largie. Get out from under there. Come on. Yeah, look at him. Now we're getting some fish. Come here. Yeah. Oh, largemouth. We're just gonna look. We're getting bigger and bigger on the largemouth. Hopefully we'll get a real big one here in a little while. we'll take anything we can get. Calling out any is a good thing, and they're all fun to catch, even little guys like this. Especially when you're using trout gear and stuff. Makes them a lot of fun. I can't believe I got that one big smallmouth off the bat and no others. Usually, there's always a bunch of little smallmouths sitting around with the little largies, but not today. I got a stick. Gosh, that's not gonna work. They don't really work when you're using super light baits and they're getting hung up on sticks and stuff in the water. It's they're so light they literally won't even sink. Like that one's having problems and it's just on a leaf. I got a fish. I got a big fish. What do I got? What do I have? It's coming with me. I have no idea what it is. Oh, it's a largie. Look at that. It's not that big, but it's a nice fish. I had leaves and stuff. Oh gosh, he came up himself. Okay. There we go. Right next to the bank. Again, another largemouth bass. Would you look at that? Gosh, I need to fish this river more often. I love catching largemouth versus smallmouth. Everybody catches smallmouth in tidewater. What about largemouth? Nobody thinks about that in Oregon. It's pretty cool. Okay, we're gonna get him out of here and we'll get re-rigged and go back to fishing. Oh gosh, there's a bass right here. I'm gonna reel in. Try to get him with the little one real quick. Oop, he just moved. Hopefully, oh gosh, I'm tangled on that. Oh, there's two of them. Two bass, one little guy and one decent one. The big one swam off and the little one kind of pecked at it. He's looking at it here, he's just not eating it. I wish oh gosh, there's an even bigger one. Wow. And another big one just swam across the weed patch right there. Oh, I got a little one, but it's tiny. I was sitting there shaking. I don't even know if I'm gonna get him. He's got half of it in his mouth. Got him. Look at this little guy. This was not the one I was looking for. This is a little smallmouth. I was trying to catch the largemouth. That was funny. I did get a bite though. I was sitting there and shaking it instead of letting it drop all the way to the bottom. So maybe we'll have to do that on the next one. Keep something up off the bottom, more like a drop shot. Ooh, there's a couple bass. We're gonna get this guy taken care of and we're gonna catch some more real quick. Oh, he might have ate it. Nope. Nope, that one ate it. That was not the one I wanted, and I took him out immediately. I was kind of shaking it again. Oh, come here. That was a largemouth. Little largie. There's a pretty good sized one down there right now. Sitting there looking at the bank. Okay, we're going to get him up there on the bank, and we'll try to get this big one. He's still sitting there. I can see him just looking around, so the shaking him is seeming to work. It's kind of tore up from a couple fish now. Let's see, do I see Mr. Bass? I don't see any right now. I bet they're down there, but... Oh, that was a weird noise. Take one close to the bank here. I think I am going to move back. The water level's rising pretty fast, and we still have a while till high tide. I do not want to be stuck here. Or have to go waist deep through water or climb through blackberries or something. Not a very good combo when you're in shorts and have battery gear and stuff like that. I got all my stuff for my camera in my pockets. I can't exactly go swimming without having some issues. Yeah, it is a mess now. I mean, there's so much stuff coming upriver. It's kind of crazy. Okay, I think that's gonna do it for today. The high tide and all this debris is just making it so unreasonably hard to fish right now. So we're gonna come back. I got lots of fishing videos planned. We'll probably come back up here really soon. Maybe I'll even be back tomorrow, but you guys won't see the video for at least a couple days or maybe even a week. But I had a lot of fun. Wish I could have caught some trout today, but that happened. That's fishing. Somebody else fished it and caught a bunch of fish, and it just put them off the bite. So glad we got some smallmouth, some largemouth we've taken out of the system. We're gonna come back to it again. We're gonna try to get some jumbos, some 3, 4, 5 pounders. Hopefully, maybe I'll take a couple trips this year. Maybe I'll even bring the boat up at some point. I don't know. We'll see. But if you guys enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe. I try to post content every Wednesday and Friday. If it's coming into the winter time, I may have to go down to once a week, like on a Wednesday probably. I don't know for sure yet. I don't know how many videos I'm going to be able to get throughout the winter, but we'll see. It's possible. So yeah, I hope to see you guys in the next video, and we'll see you soon.